Hello everyone, myself Khadija Farah. I work in the backend department of Chakraborty and Lahkar Innovations Private Limited and would like to present to you the Julia programming tutorials. So let's get started. Uh, Hello everyone. So today I'll be talking about some of the basic things in Julia like variables, functions, control statement, for loop, and few important modules. So there are actually a lot of things in detail if you look, but it's not possible to teach everything in detail. So the remaining things you can have a self study by your own side. So I will open command prompt side by side and I'll show you what I'm actually telling here. So first you have to work in Julia. So you have to type Julia. Okay, so this is how you assign values to variables. So I can show this how it is done. So if you just type x equal to 10, the value 10 will be stored. Now if you type x, the value 10 will be printed. You can also give strings like hello. So the same variable x is now changed and it prints the value hello now. So this is how you assign values to variables. Now next if you see, okay, when we use two colons, it means that we are declaring. So we're declaring 1 plus 2 as a type of abstract float. But we know that 1 plus 2 is 3 and it is not float. So this will print an error message. So if you give a 1 plus 2 colon colon int, that's true. I mean 1 plus 2, 3 is an integer value. So the answer will be printed. I can show that thing here. See, but at the same time, if I type this here, this will be an error. Okay. Yeah. Now, next. So these are the same thing. This is in the form of function that I'll tell you in when I'm teaching function. Okay. Now there is something called less than or equal to with a colon symbol. That is nothing but it's called the is a subtype of. Okay, I don't know where it is here, but it means okay, is a subtype of. So if you give integer is a subtype of number, that is true because integer is a it's like subsets. So integer is a subset of number. Number means it will have like all type of numbers, integers, floating value, everything. So integer is definitely a subtype of number, so that prints true here. But integer is a subtype of float. Float means those are the numbers with the point value. So integer is not a subtype of that. So it will obviously print false. I can show you this here. So it prints false. Now that's all about type. Okay, now these are the primitive data types in Julia. Wait 1 second. Okay, these are the primitive types in Julia. There is Boolean, character, then signed integer, unsigned integer, that is of 8 bytes and 16 bytes. So you can just have a look on these things. Okay. Now we'll go to composite types. So composite types means one variable or one variable will have more than one variable inside that. So suppose here we have struct FOO. Now inside this variable we have three different types of variables inside. So this is how you define a structure variable. Now if I give some variable is equal to FOO of hello world, so here I haven't mentioned its declared its data type for BAR. So I can give in whichever form. And then the second and third one I have initialized, they have initialized it to int and float. So you're supposed to give only int and float. If you give something else, it will be an error. So in this example, in the place of int, they have given a float value and hence they get an error. So trying this example here. Okay, first you need to initialize this. You have to define the structure variable. So I've defined the structure variable. Now if I give this thing, okay. Now instead of hello world, if I give some number and then 23 or 22.5, see, this is also correct because I haven't mentioned any I haven't initialized this first variable to any of the data types. Whatever you give will be accepted, but for the second and third you are supposed to give only integer for the second one and float variable for the third one, otherwise it will show an error. Now if you give this one, here we are not mentioning the first variable, that is totally fine. So 23.5 is an error because you're supposed to give only integer value. Now that is all about composite types. Now you have a function. So this is how you define a function. You type function and then a function name with arguments if you want to give arguments. And then inside the function header, you will define the what the function is supposed to do. Okay, so this function is supposed to do addition, so you give x plus y and end. So I'll define this function here and see. Now if I give f of 2 comma 3, it's supposed to give me 2 plus 3, which is 5. So it is given. So this is how you define a function. Okay, now that's it. There is actually a lot of things inside this function that returns a value, that also you can see. A function with returns a keyword. So you write function and the function name, and inside that you type return what you actually want it to return. So here the return statement is different and what the function actually does is also different. So okay, I'll just show you this thing. Now if I give g of 2 comma 4, what the function will do is 2 plus 4, that is 6, but what the function will return is 2 into 4, that is 8, so it will print 8. So if I don't give this return statement, this function will just print what the function actually does. So if you specifically want to return something else from a function, you can give that with a return statement separate. Now that's all about functions. There are a lot of things which you can go through and see by yourself.